Parks are supposed to be peaceful places, full of children laughing, birds singing, and people enjoying fresh air. But when the sun goes down, some parks become places of fear. Tonight, I'll tell you 3 creepy true horror stories about parks. Stories of people who entered normally, but never forgot what they saw. Lock your doors, turn off the lights, and listen carefully. Because the next park near you might already be waiting.
In 2018, a college student named Ryan lived in Ohio. Near his apartment was a small public park called Maple Grove Park. It wasn't a special place, just swings, slides, a walking trail, and a basketball court. Ryan often went there late at night to clear his mind. One cold November night, around 11:30 p.m., he walked to the park wearing headphones. The park was empty. No children, no cars, no lights except one flickering lamp near the swings. As Ryan walked closer, he noticed something strange. One swing was moving slowly, back and forth, back and forth. There was no wind. He stopped. Then he saw someone sitting on the swing. A woman. Long dark hair covering her face, wearing a white dress. Ryan assumed maybe she was homeless or drunk. He pulled one headphone off and said, "Hey, are you okay?" The swing stopped moving instantly. The woman didn't answer. Ryan felt uneasy. He slowly backed away. Then the woman began speaking, very softly. "Push me." Ryan froze. Her voice sounded wrong, like 2 voices speaking. Again, she whispered, "Push me." Ryan turned and started walking fast toward the exit. Behind him, the swing began creaking violently. He looked back once. The woman was no longer sitting. She was standing, facing him, hair still covering her face. Then she started running. Not normal running. Fast. Too fast. Ryan sprinted out of the park, dropping one headphone. He reached his apartment shaking and locked every door. The next morning, he returned with 2 friends to find the headphone. They found it near the swings, broken in half, and pressed deep into the mud nearby were barefoot footprints. But the strange part, they ended suddenly, as if whoever made them vanished. Ryan never returned to that park again. Locals later told him an elderly woman had hanged herself near those swings in the 1980s, and many people still hear someone whisper at night, "Push me."
In 2016, 3 teenage friends from Texas, Jake, Noah, and Luis, decided to film a ghost hunting video for YouTube. They heard rumors about an old park outside town called Cedar Hill Park. It had an abandoned playground and concrete crawl tunnels for kids. Locals said children heard voices there after dark. Of course, they thought it was fake. At 10 p.m., they entered with flashlights and cameras. Everything looked normal. Broken slide, rusty monkey bars, dead grass. Then they reached the tunnels, short concrete tubes under a hill.
You could crawl through one side and come out the other. Jake laughed and crawled inside first. The tunnel was narrow and dark. Halfway through, he stopped. "There's someone in here." The others laughed. Then Jake screamed. He backed out rapidly, pale and shaking. "What happened?" "There was a kid at the other end," he said. "Just standing there."
Noah shined his flashlight through. Nothing there. So to prove Jake wrong, Noah crawled inside. A few seconds later, they heard him whisper, "Guys." Then louder, "Guys, get me out!" Jake grabbed Noah's legs and pulled him back out. Noah was crying. He said something had grabbed his ankle in the dark. They all panicked and decided to leave. As they turned away, Luis noticed something. Tiny, muddy handprints appearing one by one on top of the tunnel, as if something invisible was crawling over it. They ran to the car. Jake started the engine. Luis looked back. Luis looked back toward the playground. 3 children stood beside the slide, watching them. No movement, no faces visible, just silhouettes. They sped away. Later, reviewing the footage, they found something worse. During Noah's crawl, the camera microphone captured a child's voice whispering clearly, "Stay and play forever." The city records later showed that in 1989, 3 children disappeared from Cedar Hill Park. They were never found. The boys deleted the video and never spoke of it again. Parks are places where memories are made, but sometimes they keep memories of their own. If you ever walk through a park at night and hear swings moving or footsteps behind you, don't turn around. Because some things in the dark are waiting to be noticed. In 2020, a woman named Sarah from England worked evening shifts at a hospital. To get home faster, she cut through a large park called Green Hollow Park. It saved 20 minutes. One winter night, she entered the park around 1:10 a.m. The path was wet. Fog covered everything. Street lamps glowed weakly through the mist. As she walked, she noticed a man sitting on a bench ahead, perfectly still, hands on knees, wearing an old black coat. She thought nothing of it. As she passed, she politely said, "Evening." No reply, not even movement. She kept walking. Then she heard footsteps behind her, slow, matching her pace. Step, step. She turned around. No one. The bench behind her was empty. The man was gone. Sarah's chest tightened. She walked faster. The footsteps behind her became faster too. She spun around again. Nothing. Just fog. Then she heard a voice directly behind her ear. "You forgot something." She screamed and ran. Her bag slipped from her shoulder, but she didn't stop. She burst out of the park and into a nearby gas station, crying. The worker calmed her and called police. 2 officers searched the park. They found her bag, sitting neatly on the same bench. Zipped closed. Nothing stolen. Inside the bag was one thing she never owned. An old black and white photo. It showed the same bench, taken many years ago. And sitting on it was the same man. Police checked records later. A man had frozen to death on that bench in 1974, still sitting upright when found. Sarah changed routes permanently. But weeks later, she opened her mailbox. Inside was the photo again. This time, someone new was in it, standing beside the bench.